is a great place to visit if you love food, because there are foods available in China that you don't get anywhere else in the world. And then sometimes you think, maybe that's a good thing.
Hey, Chopra, you like pork?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you try. Very tasty. Pork intestine.
Oh, I don't know.
What, are you vegetarian?
No, it's just...
Okay, then you try fish lip.
No thanks.
Oh, how about cow lung, or deer penis, or flying grasshopper?
Could I just get a pizza instead? It's crazy stuff. I think I finally figured out why the Chinese are so successful. It's very simple. I say, China, we're very upset that you haven't maintained the terms of our treaty.
Oh, very sorry. You come here, we talk, okay? On the menu will be cow lung, deer penis, and fly grasshopper, okay?
You know, I can't even remember why I was upset in the first place. Very sorry. Goodbye. Cheerio.
Hey, bop, bop, the traveling bop, 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 the traveling bop. Hey, 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 let's go traveling into the daylight. Let's go traveling. Let's go traveling.
The economic pundits agree. The sun has set on the west and China's star has risen. There's more to China than meets the eye. From my vantage point on the Huangpu River, I have the perceptuous pixelated peaks of Pudong on one side and the contained stately colonial art deco of the Bund on the other. The river splits Shanghai, and you can simultaneously see both sides of the story. The sky-high economic growth balanced by the heavy trend of history. It's like being on a visual seesaw, and it's making me giddy with anticipation.
Wow. The word Shanghai literally means above water. And boy, did these guys take that seriously. About 30 years ago, there wasn't a single building more than 20 stories high. And now, there's more than 1,000. But of course, how else is Jackie Chan going to perform all his death-defying stunts? Now, I've already picked out my top 10 things to do in Shanghai. But this city is progressing and growing so quickly that my top 10 things today may not be my top 10 things tomorrow. Thank you.
It's easy to do Shanghai on Flyby. The 24-hour transit visa is a fun pass for a day, even if you just drop by Shanghai to shop. If you're stopping over, pop in. China Eastern does desi food options on board, even a Gen one, to tide you over till you can get back to the comfort and relative safety of a home-cooked meal.
When you travel as much as I do, the two most important things on an airplane are a comfortable seat and a good meal. And I love ordering the Indian option because it makes me feel just a little less homesick.
I travel light, but it's still tough to keep up. Everything in Shanghai seems to move at the speed of light. The trains aren't called high speed until they can hit 200 kilometers an hour. Even the elevators are in the race to the top. In the Jinmao Tower to my right, you go up 88 floors in 45 seconds. You can work out the math. The answer is, that's lightning fast.
Have you ever sat in the front row of a movie theater? That's what taking a walk in downtown Shanghai can feel like.
And in a Shanghai heartbeat, you can go from gazing at the heavens to walking upon a new heaven on earth. That's what Shintendi, where I'm at, translates to. It's one of Shanghai's many transformations to trendy, and despite its puffed up name, it's grounded in the city's street chic ethic. Boutiques, bars, bookstores and old restored Shikuman houses. And the best part is, it's pedestrians only. Happy feet!
Pretty much any major city in the world, you can find a Chinatown. What's curious about Shanghai is even here, you have to find the Chinatown. but here we are in China, in Chinatown.
Communist era quiche to capitalist era coffee. Whether you're seeking a fix of ideological meaning or prop for your material leaning, you'll find it in one of these pagodas of Yuhuan Bazaar. Apparently, old-school China is so hard to come by in Shanghai that local tourists throng the vendors and squawking hawkers in almost the same numbers as us foreign gawkers. This is part of Shanghai's old city, walled off, a safe haven for the Chinese from the encroachment of all the colonial concessions, the French and English quarters. Now, of course, pound sterling and francs or euros are all equally welcome.
This is Zhou Chu Chao, or the Bridge of 9 Zigzags. Now it's constructed this way because it's thought that the path of the devil is the straight path, so one hopes that by walking like this, you could confuse him.
So if you go crooked, you won't go straight to hell. Do you have to be bad to be good, or does it just take longer? Very confusing. I'm just going to take a detour upstairs and contemplate these moral complexities over a cup of tea. The Chinese think it's rude to even chat without first having had some cha. A serious initiation into tea culture can still set you back serious yarn. But casual tea ceremonies have been integrated into everyday expressions. How you say sorry or thank you here is not with a Hallmark greeting card, but by pouring a pot, though flowers still have a part to play. Blooming tea, desiccated flowers wrapped in bundles of black or green or jasmine or oolong, can be brewed over and over again. And it's a conversation starter, the gift that keeps on giving. At Hu Sing Ting, tea and chatter is the order of the day, though it's respectful to stay solemn and silent for the poor.
Welcome to Hu Shin Ting Tea House, home of crouching flower hidden in tea. Now, Hu Shin Ting Tea House has a tremendous amount of history. It's over 100 years old, and it's hosted such people as Queen Elizabeth II, and now, of course, moi. And I'm going to pee the tea, right? Yummy.
Did they zap everything with a shrink gun? These eggs look like they got laid by some angry birds. Kidding, they're quail, and like my teeny thimble full of tea, they're mini taste bombs. Moral of the story, good guys finish last, and good chai finishes fast.
So this morning I told Cassandra that I'm not eating lunch until she shows me something that's at least 1,000 years old. And she's outdone herself by bringing me to Fengjing town, which is 1,500 years old?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
And it's on the border of Wu and
Yue.
Can you say it correctly once?
Yue.
Okay, thank you. This place is beautiful. Can I buy a home like this for myself?
You need to talk to the local government.
I need $1 billion for that, right?
Yeah, or you just marry a local girl.
Okay, so tell me about this place.
Yeah, so the Chinese name of this area is called Fengjing, F-E-N-G-J-I-N-G, and a very, very pretty water town, 1,500 years old. And the
when
things
you say water town, what does that mean?
Water town is like, we can call it a Venice in China. And you will see beautiful old houses and running canals and all the bridges.
And will there be someone on a gondola singing for me?
Actually, we call it Wu Peng Chuan instead of gondola. There are boats and it has a local Chinese name. And especially on a day like this, like a rainy day, and where you walk, and you will feel like you are walk through a traditional Chinese black and white watercolor painting.
Though there are at least a dozen other contenders for Venice of the East, each water town around Shanghai makes an excellent claim to the title. Settled on the Yangtze River during the Ming and Qing dynasties, they are the flag bearers for a beautiful, bucolic and sadly bygone era. Unfortunately, most are infested with a plague of flag bearers, those megaphone-yielding dictators marching with small armies of tourists. On a quiet misty day like this though, it's easy to lose yourself in the romantic reminders of the past. The drooping willows, the wooden latticework, the lantern-lined hutongs or alleys, and of course, the delicately arched stone and brick bridges and homes which span the water.
Just as a poet, a lover, and a madman are all the same, in Zhongguo Nongmin Huaxun, or the Chinese farmer painting village, a painter and a farmer are apparently one and the same too.
Art plays more than just a part here. It's the whole deal. Ever since master illustrator Cheng Shifa hit the big time. Once his pictures of the cross-pollination among the Jiangsu and Zhejiang people bore fruit, the villagers stopped worrying about planting and got to painting. And now, everyone dabbles in dabbing, including me, I suppose. But sometimes I have trouble simply drawing breath. I can barely read between the lines, and now I have to paint between them? A helping hand and voila! I'm even more talented than my college vocational test result said. Looks like I don't have to be a fireman when I grow up.
Ta-da! They say the mark of a true artist is one who knows when to stop. I think it's time for me to stop.
Let's go traveling. Let's go traveling.